Hello everyone, Windy City Comic Books here. Yeah, I haven't done a lot of videos like over the last 7 months, but I have been picking up books here and there, and I thought I'd just kind of show some of them off. Yeah, I'm kind of excited about these books because these are books that, like over the last 40 years or almost 40 years of collecting, I've owned a lot of comic books and sold a lot of comic books too. But these books that I'm showing, these are all books that I've never had before in my collection. So it's kind of cool to have something for the first time. I think I'm just going to go through like 10 at a time per video just so I don't bore people. I catch myself fast forwarding through so many videos because they're too long. So I'll just try to keep it down to like, maybe 5 minutes or less. First one is Avengers number 7, 9.0, white pages. I'm not a big Avengers fan, but I fell in love with this cover. Just thought it was really cool. Jack Kirby art. Thor and the swinging his hammer there. It was a beautiful book too. Plus being a 9.4 or 9.0, I'm sorry. Perfectly centered, white pages. Early Avengers book. Couldn't pass it up. But beautifully centered on front and back. Okay. Second one, Avengers number 92. Great Neil Adams cover. I think this is like the issue right before the Kree Skrull Wars or whatever starts going on, which I never read. But 9.2 white pages. But yeah, I love that cover. Avengers number 100, 9.4 white pages. Again, another great cover. Barry Windsor Smith cover. And all past Avengers appear in story, Enchantress and Era's appearance. But again, 9.4, great grade. Beautiful centering, great artwork on the cover, white pages. Number 100 anniversary issue, just couldn't pass it up. White on the back, just fantastic. Alright, Detective Comics, number 411. Again, Neil Adams cover, and Denny O'Neil, the writer. This is actually a key book. It's the first appearance of Talia al Ghul, and then the League of Assassins appear, and also a bondage cover. So it kind of got a lot of stuff going for it. The Neil Adams, the first appearance, got a bondage cover. Kind of appeals to a lot of people. Detective Comics, gotta love Batman. But 8.5 white pages. Yeah, it's a great looking book. Okay, Journey into Mystery, number 88. 8.0 off-white to white pages. I wanted to get the first appearance of Loki, but those books are so expensive, and even getting like a lower grade copy, like I'm all about the appearance of the book, so I really want to get like a sharper looking copy. So this is actually the second appearance of Loki, and Odin is in it too, and yeah, great Jack Kirby and Steve Ditko art. I love a lot of things about this book too. Like I really don't have any early Journey in the Mystery books, except for this one. But I love it too. You got the Rainbow Bridge, you got Loki in the cover, you got Thor swinging his hammer, you got Odin in the background. Yeah, beautifully centered, off-white to white pages, 8.0. Yeah, I just couldn't resist this one either. Alright. This one was just a great cover. I like some of the war books. I used to read like Unknown Soldier and Sergeant Rock and GI Combat and stuff. Mostly from like the 70s, like the 25-cent, 30-cent cover price. But I still love the Joe Kubert art. And of course this is Joe Kubert, or Kubert, yeah, cover. I think he did the art inside too. Yeah, he did the art inside too. But yeah, what a great cover. Soldier or Savage. Not an expensive book at all. 8.5 white pages. But just yeah, beautifully centered front and back. Okay. This is Sergeant Fury and his Howling Commandos, number 13. It's actually the Captain America and Bucky meet Sergeant Fury and the Howling Commandos. This is the second Captain America crossover outside the Avengers. It's from the PA Dutch collection, which I looked up the Pennsylvania Dutch collection and I couldn't find any information on it as far as Googling it. But yeah, this is a cool book. It's 8.5 white pages, cover by Jack Kirby, art by Jack Kirby. You know, of course, the Stan Lee story. I never had this book before in my collection. It was just beautifully centered. I always am a sucker for white pages and higher grades. So anyway, love that one. Tomb of Dracula #1, not a high grade. I mean, this is an 8.0 with white pages. Neil Adams cover. Love my Neil Adams. I love these the picture frame covers in these early 70s books. I think they're really cool. You know, the Marvel Spotlight #5 and you know, a whole bunch of that little series. But it was again, you know, white pages, 8.0, centered book, #1 issue. Neil Adams couldn't pass it up, you know. Nice looking book. Okay, Witching Hour #13. This is a classic Neil Adams cover, and he did the art inside too. 9.6 white pages, perfectly centered, beautiful, beautiful cover. Never had this book. I've bid on some raw copies, got outbid on all of them. This one was actually a fairly decent price. I've been trying to guys stay away from like 9.6, 9.8 white, or 9.6, 9.8 graded books, just because of the cost. And usually going 9.4 is like the highest grade, but I got a great deal on this. So yeah, beautifully centered on the back too. And the last one is Superman's Pal, Jimmy Olsen, #134, 7.5 white pages. I have an 8.5 of this copy. I wasn't looking for another one, but it's just a great key book. First appearance of Darkseid, Jack Kirby story, Neil Adams cover, Jack Kirby art inside. You know, great, great cover. I love how he does the hippies. But this being a 7.5 too. I mean, it was just a beautiful book. It's beautiful, like the corners. I mean, there's a little bend down there. But the corners, the edges, like very little spine wear, sharp all around. Just a beautiful book. Also having white pages, like I was just a sucker. I couldn't pass it up. Yeah, beautifully centered on the back too. Really hard to find anything wrong with this book, besides that corner bend on the front and a couple little spine ticks, which you really can't tell unless you like held it to the side. But anyway, that's my little haul from like last 7 months. I'll do a couple more videos, about 10 videos each, or 10 books each. That's about it. Thanks for joining me, Windy City Comic Books.